But what if I told you that Italy, the land of empires, revolutions, and genius, was never meant to exist at all? That for nearly 1,500 years it was a broken puzzle torn apart by war, foreign rule, and betrayal. And yet somehow it rose from the ashes to reshape the modern world. This is the untold story of the nation that refused to die. Italy, a country celebrated today for beauty, art, architecture, and romance. But behind the postcard images lies a story written in blood, ambition, collapse, and rebirth. To understand Italy, you must first understand this simple truth. Italy is a miracle. Because for most of history, this land wasn't a united nation, it was a battlefield, a prize fought over by kings, emperors, popes, and invaders who believed they could shape the destiny of the peninsula. Yet somehow, across thousands of years, one thread holds the story together. Italy's greatest strength was never its armies. It was its ability to rise again. Long before Rome, before the emperors and the legions, Italy was home to a mosaic of ancient tribes. The mysterious Etruscans carved cities into hillsides, their art filled with symbols we still struggle to understand. In the south, Greek settlers brought philosophy, democracy, and trade, turning Naples and Sicily into thriving hubs of culture. And in the north, Celtic tribes roamed the fertile plains, leaving behind legends of warrior kings. None of them knew that a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River, a village of farmers and refugees, would soon rise to dominate them all. Rome did not begin as a kingdom destined for glory. It began as a fight for survival. From the legend of Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf, to the overthrow of their kings, Rome was forged in conflict shaped. That conflict shaped its destiny. The Roman Republic expanded relentlessly, fighting wars that reshaped the ancient world. They faced Hannibal's elephants crossing the Alps and conquered Greece, absorbing its culture as their own. But the true turning point came with the rise of a man who refused to accept limits, Julius Caesar. His ambition shattered the Republic and gave birth to an empire. Under his heir, Augustus, Rome entered the Pax Romana, 200 years of stability, innovation, and unmatched power. Roads were built, connecting the empire from Britain to Egypt. Aqueducts brought fresh water to sprawling cities. Laws were written that form the basis of many legal systems today. And across 3 continents, the world spoke the language of Rome. It was an age of colossal achievements, from the engineering marvel of the Colosseum to the poetry of Virgil. But nothing lasts forever. As corruption grew within and invaders pressed against the borders, the empire began to crumble, until in 476 AD the last Roman emperor fell, plunging Italy into centuries of chaos. This wasn't just the end of an empire, it was the shattering of a world. The fall of Rome left a power vacuum that tore Italy apart. Waves of invaders, Goths, Vandals, Lombards swept across the peninsula, each carving out their own kingdom. The dream of a united Italy seemed dead, buried under the ruins of the Forum. For the next 1,000 years, Italy would be a battleground. City-states like Florence, Venice, and Genoa rose to incredible wealth and power, but they fought each other as fiercely as any foreign invader. The Pope in Rome commanded his own armies, vying for control against Holy Roman emperors from the north. The south was conquered by Normans, then passed to Spanish and French rulers. Italy was a patchwork of warring states, a geographic expression, but not a nation. Yet, in the midst of this division, something incredible happened. From the heart of the chaos, the Renaissance was born. It was as if the memory of ancient greatness sparked a new fire. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo redefined the limits of human creativity. Thinkers like Machiavelli analyzed the brutal realities of power, and explorers like Columbus, funded by Spanish monarchs but born in Genoa, sailed into the unknown, changing the map of the world. Italy was politically broken, but culturally it was leading the world. The wealth of its merchants funded art that still takes our breath away, while its universities were centers of a new kind of learning. This was Italy's paradox, a land of political failure and cultural triumph. But the dream of unity never truly died. It was kept alive by poets like Dante, who wrote in a common Italian tongue, and by thinkers who longed for a return to Roman glory. The turning point came in the 19th century with the Risorgimento resurgence. A new generation of patriots decided that enough was enough. They were inspired by the ideals of the French Revolution and fueled by a burning desire to see Italy free and united. Figures like the passionate revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini, the brilliant strategist Count Cavour, and the legendary guerrilla fighter Giuseppe Garibaldi became the heroes of a new age. The path to unification was anything but easy. It was a saga of secret societies, failed uprisings, bloody battles, and shrewd political maneuvering. Garibaldi and his 1,000 redshirts embarked on a daring invasion of Sicily, a campaign that seemed doomed to fail, but instead ignited the peninsula. Cavour, the clever Prime Minister of Piedmont Sardinia, forged alliances with foreign powers, playing a high-stakes game of diplomatic chess. And finally, after decades of struggle, in 1861, the Kingdom of Italy was proclaimed. The broken puzzle was finally being pieced back together. Rome itself, still under the Pope's control, was the final piece, added in 1870. After 1,400 years of division, Italy was one again. But the story doesn't end there. The new nation faced immense challenges. The deep divisions between the industrial north and the rural south, centuries of foreign influence, and the scars of war were not easily healed. Italy was thrown into the turmoil of the 20th century, enduring the horrors of 2 world wars and the dark period of fascism under Mussolini. The country was once again torn apart, its cities bombed, its people suffering. Yet, once more, Italy rose from the ashes. After World War II, the Italian people chose to become a republic. They rebuilt their shattered country with breathtaking speed, creating an economic miracle that transformed Italy into one of the world's leading industrial powers. Brands like Fiat, Ferrari, and Vespa became global symbols of Italian style and engineering. Fashion designers in Milan set the trends for the entire world, and Italian cinema, with directors like Fellini and De Sica, captured the soul of a nation reinventing itself. From the ashes of war, Italy re-emerged as a pillar of European culture, a founding member of what would become the European Union, and a global powerhouse of design, food, and tourism. The story of Italy is a testament to resilience. It teaches us that nations are not just defined by their victories or their borders, but by their ability to endure, to adapt, and to create beauty even in the darkest of times. It's the story of a land that was constantly conquered, but never truly defeated. A people who, despite centuries of division, held onto a shared identity, a common spirit that ultimately brought them back together. So, the next time you see a picture of the Colosseum, taste a perfect pasta, or admire a Renaissance masterpiece, remember the incredible journey behind it. Remember the centuries of struggle, the impossible odds, and the unyielding spirit that allowed a nation that should not have existed to not only survive, but to flourish and change the world forever. The story of Italy is a story of hope, a reminder that even after the deepest collapse, rebirth is always possible. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history as fascinating as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories that shaped our world. See you next time.